Jeff, what do you think we can do better with our referral partners to communicate our model and why it's beneficial? Let's talk about that.
Well, for me, just so far, I just don't feel like people truly understand the process or our approach to our process and how it ends to it being a successful closed loan. And so far, the only two main parts that are the main pushbacks are when we request a soft pull at the beginning before we even present our terms, or whenever we request for a borrower interview.
Okay, so the soft credit pull is an objection that we're asking for it so far up front.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need it up front? I guess it's a question. Do we need all that up front? Do we need that soft pull before the borrower interview?
Well, there are times we only develop these policies because of times whenever it became an issue. So before, we didn't used to do it on the front end. You know, the deals went on to went into processing, and then later on, when it was almost on the closing table, we find out the credit's different, and so it kills the deal immediately. So we just really focus on quality of approval on the front end, just to make sure that we cover all of our bases. And yeah, it's just people don't truly understand why we need to do it at the beginning. But once we get to the closing table and we've done our due diligence, then people start to see why we're so diligent at the beginning.
The other thing I think too is we were doing them up front so that we can make sure what we issue is actually what they're going to get, you know, as the credit shows. But I think, you know, if we move the soft credit pull back to the application package, then you're able to say, hey, based off the credit you're giving me, here's sort of the approval that we can offer, and then later on we can do the soft pull, which is very accurate with the hard pull, I think.
Yes, so
To shorten the process and get people in and start to establish that trust with the referral partners and the borrowers.
if the approval is tied to a hard credit score, so if our Core 1 and Core 3 programs require 650, then if we go in and we work these deals, put a lot of man hours and time in them, and get them to a point that we pull credit and find out it's not any good, it's below that, considerably below that, then we wasted not only the borrower's time, the referral partner's time, and our time. So is there a place we can put that credit pull where it's not an objection up front, but it allows us to know what that credit is up front, so we're not wasting everybody's time?
Yeah.